Hi, I'm Roamy from Southeast Slings. Today I'm going to show you how to use two Scootababy carriers to carry one baby on either hip. Now I find this is a really popular option for parents of twins who have maybe used a stretchy wrap or similar to carry their babies as newborns. Babies are getting a little bit bigger or heavier to be in the stretchy, but they're not really ready to progress to having, say, one on the back and one on the front. It works really nicely from once babies have got head control, so generally around sort of 3 or 4 months depending on the developmental stage of your baby. And what's really nice about it is each carrier can be used independently, so you can have 2 people wearing a baby each, or you can have both on one person, but you can take each baby out without having to disturb the other one. So you can take one baby out here but leave this baby held. So it's a really practical option if you want to carry one baby on either hip. So here I have Scootababy carriers, so I'm going to clip this one around my hips and do it up together like that. It's got a little pad here which I tend to put on my hip just to make it nice and supportive. And I sit the carrier around, so where the body joins the waistband is basically sat in your centre, so around your tummy button, and then tighten this up so the carrier is sitting nice and snug on your hips and level side to side. Once you've got this one on, you can get the other carrier. So I'm going to do exactly the same but on the other side. So put the carrier around, and I'm going to put the strap over the top of the first one. So this is going to come around, just going to lengthen this out. Lengthen the strap to fit round. This is going to go all the way around here to the opposite side. I'm going to swivel it around a bit so I can reach it and clip it together. And then tighten it up by pulling on the webbing around there. So you're going to have one carrier on either side. It's difficult to see because they're all black, but you've basically got a little gap in the middle here. If I lift these two up, you've got a gap in the middle where baby's legs are going to go. Okay. So I've got these adjusted so that the strap that's going to be at the front, so the one closer to the middle of me, is nice and long, and the one towards the back has been tightened up. So that one's shorter and this one's looser, and the same on this side. So these ones here are nice and loose and the ones at the back are tightened. Right, you can put baby in either way around. I'm going to start with this side because that's the side I clipped on first. So you pick up your baby and hold them above the carrier, so with their bottom central to the sides of the carrier. Now you're going to slide your hand under the base of the carrier and bring this up over their bottom and back like this. Now the back edge will fold down if you need it to, if it's a little bit high, but I'm holding them up like this. Make sure you've got the same amount of leg on either side. If your babies are a little bit small to fit the width of the carrier, you can use something like a Manduka Size It or something similar just to narrow the carrier down a little bit. So hold baby with the opposite hand like that, and you're going to pass your arm through the material and pass it to the opposite shoulder, so it's going across over your back. Now bring this onto your shoulder and tighten it up by pulling that straight forwards. So you want to sit this so it's cupping your shoulder nicely, and then pull that straight forwards like that. If you need to do any additional tightening, you can reach around and pull on the one here. So I'm going to fold the top edge of this down. You want the fabric no higher than the nape of baby's neck and no lower than their armpit, and you want the fabric here to sit from one knee pit to the other so the lower leg can swing freely. Okay, baby's arms can either be inside like this, or providing they've got full head control, they can have arms out over the top. So now we've got the first baby and we're going to do exactly the same for the other baby. So I'm going to hold baby on my hip centrally to the carrier, and then I'm going to slide the material up and over their bottom and back so they're held securely with the fabric. I'm going to hold baby with the opposite arm, pass my arm through the material and pass it to the opposite shoulder like this. Get it so it's sitting comfortably on your shoulder, and then pull this straight forwards to tighten it up over your shoulder like that. Okay, there we go. If you need to do any extra tightening, pull that one straight down. The same as we did with the previous one. You fold the back of the edge of the carrier down if you need to. Check baby is sitting evenly side to side. Going to bring their arms just up so they can reach them, like that. Now the key things are that you can see baby's face and they can breathe. This doll's head doesn't turn very well. There we go. Check you can see baby's faces and they can breathe, and you want to check they're both held as tightly as a cuddle in arms. So if you feel you need to lift them at all in order to hold them securely, just tighten these up, or the ones behind, to get them held really snug. Make sure these are sitting comfortably over your shoulders and not digging into your neck. And that's essentially it. So you've got your babies held, one on either side in the carrier. Now to take either baby out, you just loosen the strap at the front here. So if I wanted to take, say, this baby out, I'm just going to take hold of this piece here. As you can see there, I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to lift it. So lift that while holding your baby, so it's at its full extent, and then just pass it back over your shoulder, like that. Okay, and then you can take baby out. Now if I wanted to take the other baby out, if I bring this one back in, if I want to take that baby out, what you can do, so get that one done back up again. So obviously this one's going underneath. Keep one hand around your baby, but just loosen this right out, like this, by pulling it through, so it's at the full length, and then you can just bring this down over baby's back, and you can lift them straight out. But the nice thing is you haven't disturbed this baby at all by taking this one out, which is really nice. That's how to use 2 Scootababy carriers to carry twins, one on either hip.